what they say. And I think that because this is why everybody's holding it back, is that it started well before that. Well before that. I remember when they sent out IRIS, the infrared satellite. When they sent that out, it found something.
Where?
Outside of our building, heading towards us. A small star, dead dwarf star, this is what I was telling you about, with numerous planets inside of it. But he picked it up because he's infrared. You can see a lot further than the Hubble. All of a sudden, quiet. But this is back in 2000. This is back in 2000. This was way back in 2000. So everybody's a ticket. Now they it took various photographs, so it was moving. One day it's here, next day it's here.
So what about why that star can do this stuff?
It's not doing this stuff. It's coming in an orbit of its own. Why is it doing it?
I don't know.
We're due for a change. We're due for a change. A lot of people think that it's like we go through ages. We've been through the Ice Age. We've been through the floods.
I think there's
the new age. We're coming into the new age.
Fuck.
I think this is where we jump to. There's a few scientists. One of them's Zecharia Sitchin, and he feels that when we get through whatever's supposed to be, it's like what happened back in 1950.
What happened in 1950?
From 1950, from 1960, from 1960 to 1980, we jumped 100 years, Kadima.
In technology.
Okay. Everything.
Yeah, but
technology.
It's not connect. Yeah, but it's not connect with the Earth itself. I mean,
it's got a lot to do with it because we found out what's out there.
Okay.
We found out how to think. We found out how to get to the fucking moon. We found out how to get to Mars. We found out there was a lot of things. I mean, it's come from.
It's not affect Earth.
This is man.
This is man. Earth, like,
this is man itself. But they're doing that from history. They knew something. And they knew something was going to change.
The Mayan knows something that we don't know. You know?
How the fuck did we get from 1960 to 1980 and then all of a sudden we saw a fucking telephone? We're talking on the fucking streets. We're talking over here, this and that, this and that. That's another step.
Yeah,
now they're saying this one here that's supposed to be coming, this is going to be 1,000 years, Kadima. Which is going to be better for us. Which is going to put us back in history of like what the Mayans were talking about before. What the Mayans were talking about.
The Mayan knows, I think, something we don't know.
They were taught. They were taught things. You can't tell me a fucking tribal fucking race like this can build something like what they built, can understand the stars a lot better than us. At what we know now,
they know before.
They knew 4,000 fucking years ago.
Somebody helped them.
Somebody had to tell them. They got the writings and everything else like this on the walls and on their plates that they've written and everything else. They got small little men sitting inside a spacecraft.
Somebody helped them, I'm sure. There was
you can't. Yeah, but you can't.
You see all the pictures you have in caves. Everyone will see pictures of. He draw a picture of someone with fucking antenna on his head, and he sit inside something.
Maybe they're sick and tired of drawing cows.
Yeah, but to draw this stuff.
Maybe they're sick and tired of drawing cows. They needed a little bit of inspiration.
Oh, I think it's.
I'm telling you, if they did that just through imagination,
no,
they had a good fucking imagination. These guys.
Why didn't draw fucking naked
women? Why not draw? Line up fucking thing. Drive a car. Fred Flintstone days.
In the Bible, there are few places. One of the famous stories about they call it Navi, the one that can say what's be in the future. Eliyahu. He said this in the Bible. What it's right down like about, and Eliyahu go inside this They write down in the Bible, call it kirkara, no, the one with the horses, but they call it this kind of vehicle, and they go with fire to the sky.
Chariots of fire, running up into the
Fuck,
sky.
why? I mean, and there's so many stories. I mean, why somebody write this
They
thing?
couldn't explain the chariot, but
Yeah, they call this vehicle a
spaceship.
chariot, but it's I think it's kind of space. They took this guy. I mean, I think we have a lot of visitors 1,000 years ago,
Huh.
and now we don't have it. We don't see them. I don't
Maybe
know
they're
the
too
reason.
common.
No, I think it's maybe they come to or to try to help us, or they want to test this new species they found. You know, fucking I don't know. It's I mean,
Whatever. We are still primitive. We're still a primitive race.
the third
This is
world.
what's it.
The third world is still primitive.
They don't want to be. They don't. They don't want to get into the future. They want to be. Oh, I mean, I want to stay
I
right.
think the third world don't
I
have the
don't want
money
to
to
do
be in
this.
the
I don't want
future.
the money.
If you go to India, you see all the kids they dying to drive a car or to have a cellular phone. But
This is what's running our lives.
I think
People are saying like, no, money is a خلق של החיים. And it's not true. It's everything. It's everything. We live off. We live it off.
look what's
this
happening
bullshit.
in
All
our
this
world
bullshit.
now. Look what happened in our world. They're getting crazy. Look, Egypt in
I find,
Libya.
no, but what does it do? You know, one race wants to get rid of a fucking president that's been there for too long.
But
they want
it's
something
all
new.
in all the Arab countries.
This is what I'm saying. They want to get rid of this one guy. All of a sudden, he upsets all the Arab nations. This guy, he runs away. Okay, do what the fuck you want. All of a sudden, it's like I hadn't heard of Gaddafi for fucking years.
Uh-huh.
All of a sudden, Gaddafi wants to wipe all his people out. Blah, blah, blah.
He is really crazy. He is really crazy.
What?
He is really crazy. You know, it's just like people say, I don't know about, but gonna be soon a big war, third world war between the Christian and the Arabs, between the Arabs and the rest of the world.
Don't worry, it's okay. It's going to be okay.
I hope so.
No, it's going to start in France.
He starting here probably.
This is what's being
Europe.
predicted. It will start in France. France is
France.
going to get wasted. Yeah. France is going to get wasted.
Muslim, they're getting crazy.
Yeah.
But
Listen, there's
France,
so much. France. No. France
England.
is the number. No, France is the number one. France is the number one. Where you got so much of mixed fucking Muslim, it's not funny. You got a huge mix there, more than anywhere else in the
One
world.
small city in the south of France.
More than anywhere else in the world. So
Small
this
city,
is where
there's
it's going to start.
More Muslim than Christian now in this small
gonna start,
town, and the Muslim they want to do this town Muslim completely. It was on the news a few months ago, and gonna be. I think we are in.
I think we're lucky. We're going to be in. We're going to be here to see it.
I don't know if we're lucky.
To live it out.
I don't
to live it
know.
out. That's another thing.
Yeah, we're lucky to see this time, but I think it's gonna be shit
Listen,
for our children.
listen,
Our children becoming.
when I first
come to a shit
started
wall.
looking on the internet, when I first started understanding of the readings and the writings of fucking Nostradamus, of the Mayan, of Dr. Zechariah Sitchin, I mean, I was shit scared. Oh my god! Oh my god! Fuck, I'm gonna go and buy everything, live it up while I can. Now be in debt for the rest of my life because it's not gonna last. And I had all these fucking imaginations inside of my head. After about a few days, I got more interested. I got more interested. Not what if, what will. You know, because you have so many different areas that are explaining to you this is going to happen, and then you're going to do this is going to happen. I saw a diagram of what they think. Actually, this thing about Nibiru, it's Nibiru is one singular planet. He's followed with 6 other planets. 5 of them are about the same size as our own planet. Okay, he's the biggest one of them. They say he's about a little bit bigger than Jupiter, our own planet in our solar system. And they're floating around a dwarf sun. I say a brown dwarf sun. It's a dead star.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of energy still coming out from it. No heat, just a lot of energy. And because it's coming on an optical thing, it's not even coming near us. It was here millions and millions and millions of years ago. This is a planet, so-called planet, that started our own world off. So-called. Now, because of the smash that it did, one of the moons hit it, and blah, 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 and he left one of his moons to be our moon. And a lot of stories like this. Put it on another course. So ulo mafria. You can't come back and smash us again. I said, what's happening now? He's behind the sun. He's going to come up behind the sun. He's going to come in between Jupiter and Saturn, and then fuck off again. But that coming between Jupiter and Saturn. Listen, you got new lines. Got a fiery line starting to build up on Jupiter now. Have a look. You got new photos of Jupiter. You got this fucking line. Is there? What the fuck's happening here?
Somebody built the lines there.
No. When you look at Jupiter, it's got these. It's a fucking ball of gas.
Okay.
And you got before an atmosphere, you got all these fucking lines.
Okay.
So this is what identifies, and you've got a red spot at the bottom. This is what identifies the thing. All of a sudden, up here, scientists have seen change. Not in the atmosphere, the line itself. And they say that it's coming through here. Mars is going through fucking thing. All the planets are being affected by this. But the cycle where he's supposed to come is nowhere near us. But because he's so big, the force that he's coming in such a... We go around the sun like this. He's coming this way. You understand? So, with the thing going around the sun and everything else, he's coming the opposite way. It's a big force. It's like you put a small ball inside of water. You spin it around like this. This small ball's going to spin around. You put a bigger one going the opposite way, he's going to win. This is going to get upset. This is exactly what's going to happen to all the planets, not only just us. We're going to be affected by it. We're not going to be destroyed. We're going to be affected.
But the problem
thing
is what?
It's going
what?
to... No, it's going to... Listen, we can't get into fucking... space, we still don't know space travel. We know how much shit that's flying out there. We know how much shit is there. We can't survive enough to get along here and this and that. Things are going to change. Listen, our atmosphere has already changed so far. We had once upon a time ozone layer like this. Now it's this fucking...
This is because of us. Just because of us, I think.
No, it's a lot of things.
Mostly because of us.
No, it's a lot of things. We've been hit by fucking...
Meteoroids.
Yeah, asteroids and comets and this and that. It does things. But the sun has been being a problem as well. We have an electromagnetic field around us that is diminishing. They say they're supposed to be, this summer, we're supposed to be getting this fucking heat wave coming towards us.
This summer?
Well, it's supposed to happen every 11 years. The next sun cycle is supposed to happen in 2013.
That's working air conditioning.
No, that's what you're going to have a lot of work for air conditioning, but you're going to have a new style of air conditioning.
Okay.
Because it has to try something to try and get this sort of. This is what happened. This is what happens when you get sick.
Yeah. Don't be outside, don't go outside.
No, what do you want?
I think in it's what they say, the scientists, whatever people say, that in 50 years from now, about 50 years, going to be very big changes in the atmosphere, really big. I mean, really, really big. Like more floods, no water, too much hot in the summer, too much cold. Something going to be, our children going to be live in a shit world. I mean, for us, it's almost the end in 50 years. But for them, they're going to be, the measure of life going to be in shit weather, in shit atmosphere.
Listen, they've been told to upgrade their satellite systems. Upgrade this, upgrade that.
Yeah, but it doesn't
All they
help.
need-
I mean, all this
all they
upgrade
need-
is just to know more time before what's going to be.
Okay, no, but then
But
again,
there's no solution for this. I mean,
then again, I've been doing a bit of studying on the sun, that they have their cycles, but it depends on where the Earth is positioned at the time of the explosion. You know what I mean? We were lucky a few days ago. Yeah. Is it Tariq? Ah, not so lucky. But we were lucky. New Zealand copped, I got a call from my sister. It was about a week or 2 weeks ago. There were no black spots on the sun, but there was high activity, like big explosion.
the one that says interfere the show, but there's nothing happening there.
But in the end, because the explosions happened on an angle, so we only copped a little bit of it.
Okay, but they didn't
But
feel
they
it.
were telling us that they said it depends. It will happen, and when they did say that it will happen, it did happen. Now, first of all, I called up my sister, and they said, "You don't believe how hot it is." I said, 42 degrees in New Zealand.
42.
42. It is
In
bad.
it was one day, or
That is bad. The 35 for them, that's high. 42 in 2 days.
fuck.
That was the 2 days that they had this thing on the sun. But they were lucky because the explosions, instead of coming boom from here straight to the sun, straight to the earth, it happened on an angle. So therefore, it just
Got a
slipped
little
past.
bit, yeah. 42.
Listen, they
in
can
New Zealand.
predict all the things, and the predictions, what they do, especially with the sun, is all of it's true. But it depends on where it's going to happen and where our planet is situated at the time. So we've been lucky lately. If that was straight on, it would be global, not just in New Zealand. That was before the earthquake hit.
And then a few days after,
A few days after was the earthquake. 2 days after Biju.
it's not the area where they live, your family live.
My sister Marge, the one that was here, she lives in Christchurch.
Oh, and what's going on there?
No,
Is it okay?
she's living with my sister now. She moved up to the north. The house is a bit shaken up,
Oh, yeah?
but she'd rather get out of there and this and that there because it's balagan. I said, the main earthquake was bad enough, but every day, every
Small
20
one.
minutes, you got small ones, 3, 4, 5.
Like her house is okay?
Her house is okay.
Because there's so many houses, fucking everything.
No, but listen, she was very lucky because it happened at lunchtime and she happened to go home. She went home for lunch when it happened. She was at home when it happened. She went
She's
back
like,
to the school. Yeah, we went back to the school. It was flattened. There was a few people, I haven't heard from her yet, but there was a few people of
She
her
working in
colleagues.
school?
Yeah, she's university.
And the university was flattened.
Where she was, Misachala,
Cool.
everything else like
Cool.
that. She had some of her colleagues that were still trapped inside.
Fuck. There's no...
So she was fucking lucky.
probably dead or whatever.
I don't know. I didn't hear any more from them. Maybe they got them out, maybe they don't. Because, this university is only about 4 stories high. Misad Chala, she's down the bottom. So there was a little bit of damage, but nothing serious. There's a few people still stuck inside. But I think they might have got them out. A because I didn't hear from her.
Okay, what's going on there? Because nobody here, but, I mean, that was in Japan, so nobody talk about New Zealand, but...
It's still going on. It's still going on. It's not stopping. You can look onto you can go onto the internet and see what's happening today.
And
I mean, a lot of people are getting things. There's a lot of damage being done. Even the people, the rescuers and everything else. 166 people have died. Well, they found 166. Don't know how many others are left. But it's just like hard to work. This is why they only had a maximum amount of search and rescue people coming into the country, because it was too dangerous. You don't understand. When you have an earthquake, the big one that opens everything up, that's just the start.
yeah, then you have all the small ones.
All the small ones. How about everything happening in half an hour, 20 minutes. 1 hour, 20 minutes. Da, 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 da. You can't fucking sit. You want to go in there and try and help somebody, you can't.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that you can't do. Because another one comes like that,
And
maybe
something
3
will
or
fall
4, boom, you're gone.
So, I mean, the city now, it's the city, the Christchurch, I mean,
Because there's a fucking Rugby World Cup summer
oh,
this year. You think anybody's going to go? Now, Christchurch is the main thing. They got one of the semi-finals to be held in Christchurch.
but all the city now is in Balagan, or
All the cities in they're all starting to get things back together. They got houses opened up. They got 10,000 new homes coming in, portable ones.
I know Israel
They're
sent,
making bringing portable houses, but not in this area, outside.
I know from Israel also they send a lot of portable houses.
Yeah,
They
10,000.
fuck.
All of them, most of the people are living inside, all gone to other family all over the country, or moved to somewhere, you know, to get out of the place. And people have got like simarim and all this stuff, just to get people, because you can't live in there. It's on a fucking, it's still shaky.
Fuck.
You're on a loose hunk of fucking molten lava. It's gonna crack again all day.
Fuck.
There was another thing I saw very interesting was about the giant volcano. It's sitting under Yellowstone National Park. They may be a little bit scared that all this activities that's happening now, and like the increase in tornadoes and storms and this and that, especially on the American line. You know, this they're talking about the end of the end. This giant volcano they call it.
Where?
There's quite a few underneath Yellowstone National Park.
I think there's something
They know there's something there.
come up
It's
one
been
day.
there for millions of years.
Yeah,
It's
there's
been
all
done.
these gazes there.
Okay. This is just release of air. Just releasing.
One day gonna be
One
fucking
day,
big thing come
It's
up.
all going to come up. You're going to be 100 miles in a radius. Nothing's going to survive. But the whole thing about that is the after effects. It's the same with this fucking tsunami. The after effects. Everything will be devastated within a 100-mile radius. Okay, they'll get people out in time. That's not a problem. It's the after effects. It's all this ash. Everything that's going up into the
Like you
atmosphere.
have in the ice, in what do you call it?
Ichikakwa.
Good. Not ice, fucking, what's the name of
Okay,
this?
the White Island one.
Uh,
It's all going up into the Earth's atmosphere, and this is what the
Yeah,
big danger.
we talk about-
and it's going to calm, and then it's going to go nowhere and fall back down again.
Mad.
It's okay.
Like
We
you
got
have in
masks.
Europe, in
Yeah.
what do you call this?
Yeah,
Last year.
it's okay. It's okay. We're going to have masks. It's not a problem.
Ah.
We'll survive. But what we eat is not going to survive.
Uh-huh.
It's going to be a problem.
That's what I tell you. The 50 years, because you see, in the last 10 years, there's so many volcanoes and tsunamis and stuff like that. I mean, you don't heard about the word tsunami 10 years ago.
10 years ago, they don't even know what a tsunami is.
I think the first tsunami that everybody is like, tsunami, what's a new word? It's what happened in Thailand. I think it's the first time that all the world is, it's the first time that people know about, it's the first time I know about this thing, tsunami. What the fuck is going on? I mean, flood. And you see, the last 10 years, tsunamis and earthquake and volcanoes, and the one in fucking, what do you call this island near Europe there, that made the balagan in, all the airport was closed a few months.
No. Okay.
You know what we're talking
The
about.
volcano there.
You see, the last 10 years it's become more and more and more and
Active.
more. Also we have here, in 1995, 96, we have here,
In Eilat.
in this area, I remember, one morning, I wake up, we still live in the house of Meir Tzur live today. It was the morning, I think, 94, 95. And I wake up, it's all the bed and was like sitting like that, and everything's like, moving. So what the fuck is going on? And it stopped for a few seconds. And then we heard about what happened in Eilat, Malon Bnei Shulamit, I think, broke down and this.
Ah, it was only a little crack.
Yeah, it's a little crack, but very big in Israel for the last, 100 years. And it started, the late 90s, if you see it in the late 90s, in all the year of 2000, you have balagan, all the time. I think almost every year you have something. We remember all the big things, but there's small things. Haiti, a year ago.
They're called because of Michael Jackson.
No, the big other in Haiti.
What?
Ma! Fuck. You see, it's become more and more. New Zealand, it was like 2 weeks ago? Huh?
Yeah. February, no. Yeah.
More
More than 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and now in Japan, look, tuck. We become more and more close. Who knows what's going to happen in 2 weeks from now?
Just wait and see.
Just wait and see. Who knows when?
It's fucking
where?
interesting.
I think
Fucking interesting.
going to be not in the same area, but close to the area of Japan.
No,
All this area,
listen, Japan and
maybe
New
more
Zealand.
close to Hawaii or whatever.
No. It can happen. I think it will happen.
Soon,
But
very soon.
no, well, we're sitting on the same fault line.
Here.
From Japan, yeah, from Japan all the way down. Not here. Here's a plate.
No, but here we are on the crack also.
This is what I'm saying. You're sitting on a plate.
Here, exactly here.
Here on the Jordan fault, it's known as the Jordan fault.
We have this fucking crack that moves all the time.
You're sitting on the plate. Now there, especially because it's so active, it's been active from New Zealand, from down under. All of a sudden it's gone all the way. It's sent up shockwaves. Because the fault line itself, you have a look at your thing on the map, you see this red line that's going down. It goes down past Hawaii, Maui, comes in between the Pacific, this and that. Now, the bad thing about all these earthquakes and everything else, because it's water, tsunami, even if it happens in fucking Hawaii or Tahiti or down along the line, because that crack is right at the bottom of the fucking ocean. And you see the fucking whirlpool?
Why?
Where it happened?
Why?
Fucking spinning around like that. Mean.
The bolt there.
Damn, mean fucker.
Fuck.
Well, at least we don't want to see.
Okay, come on. It's one thing, because that's, here, if it's going to be happen here, 7th grade or 8th, whatever, the only thing is just run out from the house and sit outside, that's it, and just go away from buildings, just go away if something happens, that's it, and wait until it stops.
No, the kids have been asking me. Money else.
Just tell them fucking run outside.
You see, you know where the chicken house is? Run out there. Don't stay inside. Run out and stand by the chicken house. He said, what? יותר טוב to run out onto the street?
No.
I said, בוא, להסתכל.
יש עמודי חשמל.
עמוד חשמל. לא כדאי.
Just out to the road,
Outside.
like behind the house.
No,
Just
behind the house, come out to the road, or come out to where the דקלימה,
כן.
תעמוד פה. הדקל זה לא עושה לך כלום. זה לא גדול מדי.
No, זה גם לא...
זה יכול לשבת.
Just open space.
Sit down, like you're having kaki.
Wait.
Just sit down and wait for it to thing.
Just look around,
Wait for
see
it to stop.
something is moving. Yeah, that's it. נכון, I think we have to teach the kids, we have to know. Because this bullshit
they're
go
getting
under
old.
the table, fucking bullshit. Here, they so close, just when it happens, just fuck, run out as well.
You
Here,
see,
what they have to see, just run out there where the cars
you see all the videos that they sent in now. All the videos that they sent in, what happened in Tokyo.
Watch YouTube. Brrr, there's how many movies here? Fuck.
What happened in Tokyo? Ah, Jesus fucking Christ. I've been told not to. I'm being told to get under the table.
Nah.
Then they get under the table, and then, Jesus fucking Christ.
Nah, you see this guy sitting on YouTube.
He didn't know what to fucking do. Yeah, look. She goes fucking nuts.